Big Bertha.
Big Bertha.
Boom.
Well, this is the Clint and Adam show here at AA Motorworks. Haha. We got Clint's Ron Davis radiator with an oil cooler. I know a lot of you guys are wondering why we went with this one and we just didn't do like a Koyo or like a CSF or something like that. No Mishimoto for us. With an external cooler. Number one, just the whole package deal of having an efficient radiator and oil cooler in one unit without having to plumb anything else or have any funky brackets or airflow restrictions. We went with the Ron Davis unit. It is an off-the-shelf part that they have. I am a dealer for them, so if you do want one after you view this, hit me up. We chose this one for two reasons. Well, actually many reasons, not just two. First off, it's made in America. In Arizona, the TIG welds on this thing is freaking gorgeous. The thickness of the core is, I'm looking at it, it's at least 2 1/4. Stock fans fit right up, and then you have the heat exchanger for the cooler down below. So you have the in and out, and there's a stainless heat exchanger for the oil in this tank. And some of you might wonder if that even does anything, and it does. This tank is the cool side, so this is where the pump pulls from. So you are effectively still pulling the heat out because you're pulling the heat out at the radiator. You're pulling heat out of the oil at the radiator. You know, like some of these STIs and some of the older WRXs had oil coolers mounted on the oil filter portion of the block, and that's also oil to water exchanger. But you're not exchanging it at the radiator side where it's nice and cool. You're exchanging it right at the oil filter where it's nice and hot, so it's not really doing anything. All that was for was just to get the oil up to temp. And that's the whole point of an oil cooler on the factory little canister style ones. This is tried and true. If you look at automatic transmission cars, they have an oil cooler on the oil cooler radiator combo as well. So it's very similar to that, but this one has a stainless exchanger inside, water to fluid exchanger. Fluid being the oil. So other than that, it's badass shit, made in America, and you will see why it works. Guaranteed. Next up is the header that we chose. We originally were going to go with a Perrin, but me surfing Instagram one day, I came across FatHouseFab. You might think it looks like a Killer Bee. It looks similar to a Killer Bee. Some of the differences that I like, first off, FatHouseFab, thanks for taking care of us. You will we'll make you proud. The O2 sensor bung placement caught my eye. I'm just a stickler for fitment. Killer Bee puts it like way over here and stretches the wire out going to the harness, engine harness. So I like that they put it in the factory location. It's made out of 321, just like the Killer Bee. It has, another thing that caught my eye was this awesome 4-to-1 collector. Billet, machined, badass shit collector. You look inside that thing, is gnarly. Flow is the name of the game when it comes to making horsepower, and just looking at the thing you can tell it flows. Made in good old Indiana. Another made in America part. Badass shit, good flanges, beautiful TIG welds. It's gonna make power, no doubt. And then the up pipe. Another 321 stainless piece, made by FatHouseFab as well. Mates right up. You can also get it in the external wastegate configuration. Not much more to say. They include hardware, nice copper-coated lock nuts, so no backing out of the. No, this hardware won't back out once you torque it down. It's a nut pipe, and it's nice.
Not much else to say about that. All right.
Next, Cobb inlet. Well, Cobb, there's not much more to say. It's Cobb. One thing that caught my eye than other regular inlets is the tapered design. It's got a little flared out portion here where it'll mate with a stock inlet coupler or a intake coupler, but it kind of flares out, gives you a little volume here. So it's gonna work. Stock size inlet. So until they make a 3-inch one for the bigger size inlet compressor housings, that will only work with a stock turbo inlet size. Cobb.
Free stuff.
Free stuff. Another Travis yell at me if I don't use it part
To go along with.
the other AEM pump. But yes, AEM 3.5 bar sensor, so we could crank up the boost and the ECM will actually see it.
There's that other part that went with it.
Oh, the adapter and Cobb made this cool adapter piece to go where the stock map sensor goes on the throttle body, and allows us to remotely mount this guy, still make utilization of the stock map sensor port on the throttle body.
Covered the AEM fuel pump.
Yep, pump's there, pump works, it's gonna work great.
But the turbo is on its way. We ordered it, like Adam said in the previous video. It's the FP green with the 10cm hot side. So I'll show some glamour clips when that gets here. But besides that, there's no other parts that are coming, except I did order an AEM oil temp gauge with an SMY gauge pod for Christmas, so that's coming. It's always good to have gauges to make sure everything's working in order. So,
What about the Greddy little sandwich adapter? He's gonna grab it. So we went with a Greddy oil sandwich adapter to be able to plumb the oil cooler for the Ron Davis radiator. I like it because it's a thermostatic piece. So it doesn't open until I think 180 degrees oil temp. So your oils will still warm up in an adequate time without just flowing through the oil cooler all the time. I got this one because plumbing it, there's a couple choices on this. You can either go with this 45 little dealio, or you can go straight out, and this goes on the oil filter portion of your block. So we have the choice of either going 45 out around the header or above the header, depending on how everything fits up. There is other brands out there. I think Canton or some other company makes a sandwich adapter, but we went with Greddy.
we have these.
Oh yeah, can't forget my boys Adam and Noah and Kyle at Lick Motorsport. They supplied us with some LIC air pump block plates. You could use them without removing any of the factory plumbing for the secondary air, or you can run them with everything removed and just run the plates.
Especially since
So they're a little stealthy for the places that need it to be stealthy. Huh?
So yeah, that's all the parts here. The motor, like Adam said in the previous video again, is at the place where it's getting its pistons, everything set, and then turnaround time is about 1 to 2 weeks, and when it gets back, we'll start assembling it. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Please like, subscribe, make sure to check out Adam's shop, AA Motorworks. You can check him out on Facebook or Yelp, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Later.